Hi, this video is a happy Mother's Day, but for me it sucks. And the reason why I labeled that is because there are mothers out there whose children won't speak to them. It could be their fault, the mother's fault, could be the children, or it could be a divorce, it could be just about anything that happened. Um, a lot of times, here's what I notice about women. When they're estranged from their children, they get depressed, they don't seem to move on. Men, on the other hand, if they get divorced and the kids won't talk to them for some reason or other, they just go out and find another woman and have another family. And even though they still love the first family, they created a new life for themselves. And I will suggest to all your mothers out there that are in that predicament, don't punish yourself too much. Maybe you weren't a great mother because you didn't have a great mother, and of course your children don't see that. They only know that maybe you weren't the mother that they wanted. They wish that you would have been better. Um, and that's always a hard one because you only know what you know, and you only know what you've experienced and what you've learned. So through this, if you learn from that and you try to patch it up, but it's still not working, I would suggest you be a little kinder to yourself. As long as you've learned the lesson and you're moving on, you deserve a new life too. Um, Wherever you're at. I mean, if you could still have children, say you're in your 30s, maybe you had a child at 16, didn't, and you weren't that great of a mother, that child won't speak to you. You could still focus on finding another relationship, starting a new family like men do. If you're older than that and your children are grown, still try and reach out to them the best you can, but don't punish yourself. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You deserve to treat yourself a lot better. For Mother's Day, if no one's going to be there for you, you could take yourself out to a show. You could do maybe kayaking by yourself. You can rent movies. You can go see a friend. But please start developing a new life because you can't sit around waiting for those kids to forgive you. You really can't. And life must go on. I'm going to give you an example of a family that I knew, one of my daughter's girlfriends. She was out here from Michigan. The mother was still in Michigan. What had happened is the father found a younger woman, a 25-year-old, married her and moved out to California. But both those girls moved out here too. She had two daughters. One daughter was married to a quite wealthy man that wouldn't let this lady come to the house because he didn't like her. So the daughter went along with the husband, of course. So Mama had to um, uh, make arrangements to see the daughter and the grandchildren. So she would take them to Disneyland. Every time she came out, she had to take them somewhere. It's the only way she could see them, spend money on them. She paid for everything. And then she would visit the other daughter. With the other daughter, the husband would let her in. Apparently she was a very depressed woman. She took a lot of pills. She eventually moved out here, and I don't know what went wrong, but the day before Mother's Day, the daughter that she could come over and visit the grandchildren with the husband, that daughter got mad at her and told her, you need to come over here. Because the mother, she didn't want to come. For some reason, she wasn't coming over for Mother's Day. I don't know why. She says, you need to be a good mother for a change. The next day, the woman deliberately overdosed. She killed herself. Now, I'm not blaming the daughter for it 100%, but that was a very emotional, fragile woman. Maybe the daughter could have been a little kinder to her the day before Mother's Day and not make a statement like that. And what little I knew of that gal, she didn't seem to be that fond of her mother. But see, that could have gone very differently. Instead of suffering and punishing herself and drugging herself, maybe she could have worked on a new life for herself, like men do. They go out and find somebody else. That is not what you ever want to do. What you want to do is, realize you're human. Maybe you screwed up, okay? You want to turn that around. You can work on that too, but work on building another life, because there are people out there who will want to be with you and will like you as you are right now, the person that you are right now. So I want to, and oh, there's one more thing I want to say. There's a song out there that when I first heard it as a child, I thought, this doesn't sound right. This is horrible. It says, smile and the world will smile with you. Cry and you cry alone. That's the problem. When you cry, you should have people coming to you. When you're smiling and happy, you really don't need people that much. So maybe that's our problem. And, I noticed that people are on their phones looking at their, checking their texts. They're on Facebook because everybody's being positive on Facebook. You're getting a lot of compliments on Facebook because they want you to respond. I feel that people are doing this because they're terribly lonely. We're not interacting like we should face to face. We don't have the relationships in our life. You can count on one hand how many friends you have, and that's the problem. That's what's wrong with us. Is maybe if we could count on two hands and count all the fingers, we have 10 really good friends we can count on. Our whole attitude would change. So, and I think part of the problem is we get hurt and then we hold back. We're afraid to make new friends. We keep everybody as acquaintances to protect ourselves, and maybe that's what the problem is. But we need to look at that because we're very lonely. I wouldn't be seeing all these people texting, and people get into car accidents because they got to check their texts. Why? See? So I got this to say to all your mothers out there that are really depressed because this Mother's Day is not going to be good for you. It's just another day, number one. Number two, do something for yourself. Don't sit at home moping. If you can't find a friend to go somewhere with, then the next thing is take yourself to a show or do whatever you like to do. Take a walk along the beach if you live on the beach, but do something for yourself. It'll be a Sunday, so either maybe take yourself out to dinner or order dinner in, but do something nice for yourself. Don't be don't punish yourself that much, because you can't change the past. You can only go forward and build, and you do deserve another life, especially if you've seen the light and you want to do better. Anyways, for the rest, have a happy Mother's Day.